racing channel. Before we begin, I just wanted to say thank you to all of the people that watched the first video. My name's Jake, and I love ASMR. I fall asleep to it every night. But I also love race cars and F1 and IndyCar. And I thought, what better way to combine the two things that I love the most into a channel. So before we begin, I just wanted to say thank you, as well as this is a new channel. I don't really know what I'm doing. I follow a lot of ASMR artists. My favorite ASMR artist is Southern ASMR. I tend to fall asleep to her more times than not because I really enjoy this style of ASMR. Not that there's anything wrong with the new TikTok. You know, ASMR is just this gives me more tingles. So, before we begin, I hate to say it, but your feedback, whether that's a like, a comment, a follow, a subscription, it really does help. Not to sound cliche of every freaking ASMR or YouTuber asking for a like and a comment and a subscription, but honestly, if you don't subscribe, that's fine. I mean, I would love for you to subscribe, but right now, a comment of what you like or what you don't like is really going to be beneficial for me because I'm just starting this channel. So, without further ado, today we are going to be doing the Lego City Formula One McLaren. The mic is on, and away we go. So yesterday we did the Lego Speed Champions, which I mentioned was Lego's partnership with the brand McLaren, their Formula One team. So this was released, I believe, a couple of years ago, maybe a year ago, I don't know. I don't think it says on here. But, yeah, so 2024, so last year, yeah. This was a partnership with the brand McLaren. This is a partnership with Formula One. So, in 2025, Lego partnered with Formula One over the brands. Specifically, ultimately it comes down to money and who's getting the check at the end of the day. But today we're going to, getting the mic adjusted. Today we are going to build the city. Series. which this series is 6 and up, whereas the Speed Champions series is 7 and up. But as we saw in the last video that I'll link above, this is 58 pieces, whereas this one is 86 pieces. But it's interesting because this is 6 and up and this is 7 and up, so technically, by age standards, this one is more difficult, although this one has more pieces. So let's get into it, okay? So on the box, this one comes in a box, a cardboard box. Actually, someone gave this to me. So I have 2 of the McLarens. If you watched the last video, I have 2 of the Speed Champion little McLarens right here. That we made one of them Oscar and one of them Lando, especially after the Australian GP. So yeah, we'll compare these 2 to this one at the end of the video. But yeah, so it's pretty basic packaging. I do like the F1 circuit. This is on all of the boxes of their new Legos. I have a couple of them. I have the old McLaren. I actually have the old Mercedes McLaren and Aston Martin that were brand partnerships, not just F1. And I have the new F1 Ferrari that we'll build together. But all of the ones that are F1 branded have this nice circuit with the white border that distinguishes the new partnership with Lego versus the old one, like I mentioned, that just says the brand. So it would say McLaren, Ferrari, Mercedes, Red Bull, and so on. Okay, let's get into this. So the boxes, this is like one of the standard boxers. It has one of these thumb punches. As you can see, you punch it in, and then you can pull out. The instructions and the pieces. So it looks like we have 2 bags in this. And then the instructions, and I don't know what this is. A straw. You see, you get a driver in this one. So, I know exactly what this is. This is the halo. I can't grab it. My fingers are too fat. This is the halo. It looks like a straw. But we'll save that for later. It's interesting because, like I said, this one has more pieces, but it's rated 6 and up, whereas the other one is 7 and up. But the one that we did previously that is 7 and up, 6 and up. Excuse me, sorry. This one is 6 and up. The one we did yesterday, this one, is 7 and up, but it's less pieces and it only came in 1 bag. And I'm believing it's smaller. So, oop, I just broke it. Wait, hold on. There we go. I believe it's... Did I do that wrong? Yeah. Okay. I'm making a mess. best of myself right now. There we go. Okay. So technically this one is like more advanced, but it's less pieces and it's smaller, and it came in one bag. So I think we'll figure out. I mean, this one looks like it's bigger pieces, but it comes in 2 bags. And it comes with a full instruction manual, whereas the one we did yesterday, it just was like a little fold-out brochure. So this one has like advertisements, and this is more true to a regular Lego set that you would see. It's cool. It looks like they have a little QR code that you can scan and follow along if you don't want to do it the old-fashioned way like us millennials. It's funny that we're saying millennials like boomers, but I'm not that old. I just am in between, so I consider myself a millennial boomer, a millennial, whatever 93 is. Okay, let's open these up. I don't know. We should open them together. Open them together. I don't think it really matters if they're separated or not. But what we did in the last one, which I will do, is separate the tires, because those are probably going to be like the last step, right? So I want to get those taken care of before, and let's just like separate all of the like pieces together. Get all of the orange pieces. Oh, and I love this. There's no decals, so they're already printed on the piece. I don't have to worry about my fat fingers, my fat boy fingers. As you saw me have some anxiety the other day with all of the decals that we had, you know. It's really frustrating because I'm so OCD and I don't want to mess up, but at the same time I want to get the build right. And sometimes if you don't have tweezers, you just start, you know, messing things up with your fat fingers. Okay, it looks like we're doing this. Might be a little, I'm trying to do this as quickly as possible, but I think it'll help in the end if we just put all of the black, gray, and I would say orange, but it's papaya if you're an F1 fan, or specifically a McLaren fan, not Fland, a McLaren fan, you'll know that it is not orange. It is papaya. Papaya rules. Okay, we're almost there. Black, black, yellow, yellow, blue, black. Red, gonna have extra pieces, I know. You always do. Okay. It looks like we have them all separated. So, great. The first step, let's see how many steps there are. This one has, wow, this one has 58 steps. But I have a feeling we're going to get through them pretty quickly. It gives you a list of all of the pieces in the back, which, if you listened to my last video, you knew I was saying like 1 dot, 1 bag, 2 bags, whatever it was. These are the actual names, they're actually numbers. So, that doesn't really help me much, but if you want to build your own and go to the Lego store and order those pieces individually, I'm sure you can. It probably is a lot more expensive than just building the kit as is. I think this one is like $9.99. Again, I got this one as a gift, so I don't know. But there's one that we're gonna do next time that is 2 of the same brand. So it's 2 cars, but it's 1 package, and it was $19.99, which I did purchase myself. So the first step is to build our driver. So we have our head that pops on. This is not Lando, and this is definitely not Oscar, because those boys are babies and they don't have any facial hair. So I like the helmet. It has the McLaren logo on it, and it looks like we're gonna put the visor on. The click is so satisfying once it happens. It's too little to hear, I think, on the mic, but I think you can see the little visor. It slides up and down. And then we need his legs, so let's go into the black section right here. I always put them on wrong first. This one will do alright. So his butt is the right point. Okay. So we have our driver. We'll put him over here for now. Okay, so starting with step 1, we need a gray 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 piece. 2, 4, 6, 8. This one. And then we need an axle. I believe that it is black. Great. So this is gonna go on top, so 4 is exposed and 4 is covered. Like that. And now we're on to step 3. See, I told you it'd probably go pretty fast. Then we need a gray piece that has a little, like, here it is, I don't know, a little bar. This one. And we'll put this on the back side. And then we need one that has a hole in the center but has 2 prongs on top, which I believe is this one right here. Yep. So then when you put it on, it's completely gray on top, like that. Now we need to put the 2 red pieces, which is easy because we have those right next to each other. See, this is why I like putting this. I mean, this is very OCD of me, but this is why I like separating the colors. It's difficult if you're doing a bigger Lego piece guess they come in separate packs, but I think doing this is probably the most efficient, at least for my brain. So see, we have one of the blues, and that's all we have. And you see right here, it says one. Put that right here. And then step 6, we need the yellow rod, which we only have one of as well right here. And we're going to put this into that circle, which, as you can see, will fit right there. It's not a super tight fit, so I'm assuming we're going to put more pieces on it that'll keep it in place, but it just kind of sits up. I don't know how long it's supposed to stay out of there. That's what she said. Or he said. Okay, so then we need this piece, which is the long gray piece that we only have one of. I think that was perfect because it's flush right there. And then we need this blue rod to stick into this part. So we have that. We're starting to see the chassis here. Okay, now step 8, we need to put these side pieces, these gray side pieces, onto this part that covers both the gray and the blue. So if you see here, these two need to be covered. So we're gonna put this one right here. And then we're gonna put this one on this side. Yeah. Okay. Step 9. Time for some papaya. The one papaya, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a pentagon. We're gonna put on top of the red. So this goes right here. And then step 10, we're gonna put this black piece that has a hook on it. This one right here. And we're gonna put it on top of the piece by the papaya. Did I do this wrong? Yes, I did. There should be a piece of red exposed. I think I did it. I did it wrong, yeah. This is the thing about Legos, is sometimes you do things what you think are right, but they're actually the wrong one. So what I did is I put this peg too far. This should be like that, and I unfortunately put this one over one. So what that means is now we can put this in the correct spot, like this, so that the red is exposed, so that we can do step 10 correctly by putting 2 of the hook pieces in the right spot. Where is the other piece? I'm trying to find it, and I don't see it. So we'll put that right here next to its other friend, brother or sister. And we'll move on to step 11, which is this piece right here. And this one goes on the back side, like so. Let's make sure that's it's flush. Step 11. We're gonna put this cap on top, so it looks like this. I like how they're different grays, so you don't mix them up, but yeah, this pops right on top, I believe. Maybe. The glare has me looking at the instructions a different way, but there's that. That's what we were looking for. Step 13, we're gonna move on to another papaya piece. So there's two of these that go on sideways like so. And then step 14, we need one of these black pieces that is very small. I think it's this one. Yeah, I think it's that one. And then one of these that is like a T-pose, just like George Russell. I think that's right. It's hard to tell with these because sometimes they're so small, you just don't know. But we'll put this on. That glare is not doing me justice. I put these on wrong. See what I mean? Like, it's like you can look at something one way and think it's correct, and then you go to do the next step and it's definitely not correct. So we want to put these on horizontally so that the pegs or whatever these are called are in a line. And then we want to put this on top like so, and then this facing that. I believe this is going to be the camera maybe, or the intake. I don't know yet. I didn't build this one yet, so I'm still uncertain. Yep, it's going to be the intake. That's what this is. So we look at this one that we only have one piece. I can see it clearly. Again, this is why I like color coding, because it just makes finding the pieces easy. As you can see, now we have the intake, which where's the axle from, like the where the wheels are gonna go. This is where the driver is gonna sit. The intake is what cools the engine and all of the mechanics behind the driver. So now 16, we need a single, just one single square. It goes on top, like so. Step 17. Oh, we love the pre-branded McLaren. So, step 17, let's put that to the side. We need a black square with a peg. A black square with a peg. I don't see the peg. I see the square. Here it is. So the McLaren goes on the peg side. I think that's correct. We'll see in a minute. Step 18, we're gonna put this, it's the rear wing is what we're doing right here. And we're gonna put it, yep, there we go. And this is different than this one. Remember, we were talking about how the rear wing is very stationary on this. It's very flush with the brake light. There's no DRS. There's no ability to like move it up and down, which, I mean, it's a toy, so it's not like you're doing that. But this one, as you can see, is a clamp, so we can move this up and down, which is more realistic to the DRS of a rear wing of an F1 car. So step 19, we need a gray piece like this. And then step 20, we're going to build the other axle for the wheel. So it looks like the circle is facing forward, like so. And then we're gonna build onto that with a light gray double piece on top of a double papaya, like so. And then we're gonna put this on top of the axle, like that. And then we are going to put another double papaya on top of the black, right there. And then finally we're going to cover it up with a black square on top of that. To think about like the designers of these Legos that go piece by piece and meticulously think about these colors and how they're gonna look when they're finished is truly remarkable, because like you could make this all gray or all black, and I mean it would obviously play a difference in how the final product looks, but like it's crazy how these one singular pieces, like this two piece of papaya, really plays into the final look. Okay, so step 24, we're going to add this to our chassis. And as you can see, we have a hole there. Any hole is a goal, am I right? Ooh, it's satisfying, but it's also very flimsy. So I'm interested to see what that role plays. But there we go. Okay, moving on to step 25. We're almost halfway done. Two pieces. On either side. Step 26, we're going to put a double papaya on the end. Step 27, we need a long gray bar. See, this is like interesting because the bigger like sets, they'll have multiple steps within each step, which I guess maybe is what plays into like the age, because like I said yesterday, we did the 7 Plus and this is 6 Plus, but they had multiple steps, like they had 9.1, 9.2, 9.3, whereas like step 27 is this. That's it. That's your step. So maybe it's just the amount of steps that you need to create, but I would say it's this compared to the other one is pretty comparable in a sense of like effort or skill. Okay, we need a 3-piece. Also, I'm playing around with like my beard on the microphone. If you like that, let me know. If you don't, let me know. It sounds nice on my end, but I don't know what you guys like. Okay, we're building the nose is what we're doing right now. So then we need 2 of these diagonal pieces, which is very similar to, I think these might be the exact same piece. Well, maybe not, but like very, very close. Very close. I think it's 1 extra peg. We'll put that right here. And then we'll put the other one on the other side. Let me get some water real quick. I'm very new to this. Whispering is actually not great for your voice. I grew up as a singer and went to school for like performance. Whispering is actually not great for your voice, but with the technology that we have now, it's better because you're not pushing if you have a very sensitive microphone. But it still worries me sometimes. Okay, step 30, we're almost there. We are going to put a piece of papaya, two papaya on top. That's too small. This one. See how this one is technically the same length, but it's a different length. Yeah. Step 31, we're on to these annoying little, I can never, okay, so this one is like this, and we're gonna put these so that the taper goes back, like that. And then this one goes like that. Okay, perfect. And we need one more. This one right here. Great. Now we're on to step 32. And we need to add these diagonal pieces. It's so crazy to watch, like, you have all these pieces and then all of a sudden they become one thing. I mean, that's like the beauty of Legos, but it always amazes me how we start with so many pieces and now we're starting to see it come together. And it like happens all of a sudden, so here's the wing, which I love the decal on here. You can see the McLaren very, very prominently with this silver. And I didn't have to put any of these on, which is great. Now we're going to put this on top of the chassis. And as you can see, it's going to pop right in. This is a lot more clunky than yesterday's model. It almost looks like a spaceship. Okay, oh, this is cool. We have the little driving wheel, the controller. So if you don't know, like F1 control, like wheels, like steering wheels, they're pretty much game controllers. Like, they're not like actual steering wheels. They are wheels, but like they're like game controllers. So goes out. We need this piece, this orange papaya. Sorry, papaya, not orange. And we're gonna put the driving control on the back. And then step 36, we're gonna put that on top of here. Great. Step 37, this long piece. We're gonna build with a 2 papaya, 2 in, so 1, 2. And then we need a black piece that has a ledge on it like this. And so that covers that just like that. Step 39, we're gonna build on this, and we need this little like triangular slotted piece that goes right above the papaya, and then we need a double light gray on top. So that's what that is. And then lastly, 46, we need to cover this up. With one of these black sheer pieces. It looks like that. Okay, now we're gonna turn this around, indicated by this little like turn around, which this one is not bad, but like some of the bigger ones, you're like maneuvering it like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this? Okay, now we need to get one of these gray clamps and put it on the side. I skipped a step, but that's okay. I just did that step, 42, but we need to do 41 still. So what we just built was this side piece that goes on the side, which is the floor of the car, which is really cool. Like, I don't know if you can see that, but like, there's like a little bit of like dimension that is kind of representational of like the aerodynamics of the floor of a real F1 car. It's very interesting and cool that they like, at this little of a model, like had the ability to do that. I didn't even know what we were building until now, but that's cool. I like that. Okay, we went on to 42. I believe 43 will be the opposite side. Oh no, we're gonna add on. So we need one of these like rounded pieces, which is gonna be like the side pod. And we'll put that on the side. Perfect. It's very, very cool. And then we need one of these pieces that's gonna flesh it out. Beautiful. That's gorgeous. And then we need 2 of these, a papaya and a black, as seen here, to finish the deal. So we'll put the papaya first. And then the black. Let's make sure that's in correctly. That's so nice. So smooth and flush. Okay, now we're gonna do it on the opposite side. So we need the gray bar, an entire step, and then we need to make the other side with the black piece, and then the papaya, and then the gray on top of the papaya, and then this black filter, like serrated piece. And then we need the flush piece to cover that up. And we'll put this on the side after we turn it over, which I already did. Onto the side, just like so. And then we're almost done. This piece goes on top here, which I have a feeling I know exactly what this clamp is for. It's that first piece, this one right here that we saw earlier. And then we need this side piece that goes on the side all the way to the end, I think. Yeah. And then we're going to build out that flush part with this section. And then the papaya. And then the black. Just like the steps before. That is beautiful. The way that that just like seamlessly creates a nice like cockpit is, that's really nice. With the floor, that's really cool. Okay, 54 we just did. 55, okay, this is the halo. I've done this before on other Speed Champions. We're going to put this straw into this clamp. And then we have another one on the other side. And then we're going to clamp it. We want to make sure that these are the same direction, so that when we clamp, like so, we're going to bend it, and it's going to clamp into the other side. There we go. So as you can see, it makes a nice little bend, which becomes the halo, which in real life, this does not move up and down. But for the sake of the Legos, they move it up and down as like an entry, so you can put the figurine in there. But in real life, that doesn't move up and down. But it's cool that you can see from the side, that's pretty much the same angle that a real halo has above the intake and the driver. So 57, okay, here's the wheels. So I'm assuming that these are all extra pieces. We'll put these over here with our little guy. And then we have the hood caps. Oh, they're even put by, I think these are the right way, yeah. I wish they were chrome. Like Google Chrome. Because that's what the real cars are. Alright, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 wheels that we're going to put on. Oh, those snaps are so nice. Try to get closer to the mic. last but not least, we gotta put our driver in. Let's make sure that his butt is okay. Does he like sit in there? Oh, look, I told you from the very beginning I put these legs on wrong every single time. And I thought I did it right this time, but I definitely did not. So, yeah. Make sure his helmet's on, his visor's covered so he doesn't get injured. And let's sit him down. Make sure that he's in there. Oh, this is so cute. And then put the halo on top of him. And we have our McLaren. DRS enabled. Rear wing. I don't know who would drive like that, but you know. Yeah. The floor of the car is really nice. These wheels are really cool. The decals are nice as well. The halo is movable. But that is our finished product. So you can see here, they advertise for the other City products, the Lego City line. It looks like they have an Aston Martin, Red Bull with the trailer truck, a Ferrari with the actual like pit stand. This one we will do, which is the Haas and the Williams, which is exactly of the same of this car, I believe, but it's two, so we can do those together. And then we have a bigger piece that has the full garage, or garage, with a Mercedes and a Alpine. And then this is the one that we just did, which is the McLaren. So that is the Lego City 60442 McLaren with the driver. And as you can see, they are very different sizes. This one is 7 and up and 58 pieces. This one is 6 and up and 86 pieces. So this one has more pieces. This one has less pieces. But this one is for older. And this one is for younger, which, as you can see, like, this one's more of a choking hazard, and you're gonna put the decals on yourself, whereas this one is pre-decaled and is chunkier, and you can tell this is meant to, like, play with. This one's kind of just like, you did it. They're both really cool. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this one. This one sits on my desk. Actually, I have two of them now, and they sit like this on my desk, which is like, I think, cute. Very nerdy, but cute. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this one. Maybe just like, I don't know. But it was fun to make. Alright. Well, thank you so much for building this Legos McLaren with me. I really appreciate you. If you made it this far, please as it will help me in the future make more content for you. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night, and I will see you in the next video.